Everybody, it's Nicole with Hattie & Company. I want to jump on here and show you how to open your digital products and how to go about using Adobe Reader. If you want to see specific products, then those will be in separate videos. This video really is showing you how to go about using Adobe Reader. So first off, you should already have Adobe Reader downloaded to your computer or laptop, whatever you're using to edit. Keep in mind that you'll need to do that first, right, before you'll be able to edit anything in Adobe Reader. If you have it on your system already, great. I'm going to show you how to use it. If you don't, you will need it before you edit. However, if you just want to see how quickly this is to use and determine whether or not you want to make a purchase, then we are so glad you're here because you're going to love how easy this is to edit. So at this point, I have my Adobe Reader downloaded. If you need steps on how to do that, you can go back and watch that video on how to install Adobe Reader. What you're going to do first is you're going to find where you have your file that you purchased from us saved. Now, it may be in your downloads folder, so that may be where you have to go and pull it and save it to another location. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do is find where your file is saved. So for example, once I have my file saved, I'm going to select the file I want to open. Now, if you just click on that file, it is going to open with whatever your default is to open files, especially PDFs. So it may be like a preview menu window. You won't be able to edit in those, and so that's why I wanted to make this video to show you how to go about doing this and just really how incredibly easy it is. So if you need to pause this video and rewatch parts of it, that's fine too, just however you need to do to be comfortable. So I've selected the file I want to show you today, and I'm going to go up to my edit. Hold on, I got to get it selected there. Okay, it's going to be Honoree. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so edit, open with. And so when I go to the open with, you'll see that I have a lot of programs here, and you can see Adobe Acrobat is my default, but yours is going to look different. So whatever software programs you're using, wherever you've been editing, whatever you've been doing on your system, yours will look different, is my point. So you're going to go down here and find your Adobe Reader file, and if you need to, you may have to go to other and search for it, but hopefully if you've just downloaded it, it should pop right up here. So I'm going to go to Adobe Reader, and it's going to open this up. You'll see this is in a bundle, and I'll do some videos and publish some videos for you on these specific files and some ideas of things you can do with those. Today is just merely about, this video is about how do I go about opening, how do I go about editing, what are the keyboard shortcuts, things of that nature. So you will see on any of the files that you can edit, you'll see a box. And so as I scroll down through here, you'll see that there are some highlighted boxes there. Those are all places that you can edit the text, and you can choose what goes in there, okay? Even if I've given you an example, you can always choose to put in there whatever works for you, okay? So the first thing you're going to want to do to be able to edit, now I've already got these, I'm going to put in here example, I've already got these set up with a font and a font size, but that was just kind of a placeholder, if you will. What you're going to want to do is, if you're on a Mac, you're going to hit Command E, and you see the properties popped up here, this little field, form field, text properties. If you are on a Windows machine or computer, you're going to, your shortcut will be Control E, and I'll put that in the notes below, so you'll know the video notes here of this video. So let's just start here. This field here, we're going to use this as an example, and I'm going to put my perfect schedule. If I could spell. So just something fun to play around with. Now I want to show you a couple different things. So let's start with the color. Let's say you're like, I think that's kind of boring. I don't want to do just black. I want mine let's see. I think I'll even choose another color. So you can see here that you can actually, if you're kind of tech savvy and you're looking for a very specific color, maybe you're looking for a school color for it to match some of your things at your school, you can put in the hex code if you know what that is. A lot of times you can hover over colors and it will tell you. Or you can just go to the crayon or the pencil. I guess it's more of a pencil. You can also just go to a drop down menu, and you can also, a lot of times I use this wheel that has lots of colors on it. So let's just say we're in a hot pink mood. So we're going to choose hot pink, and then we're going to exit out of that. But wait, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Be sure that you highlight. So this is a good lesson for you to know. You're going to want to, let's see, well, you know what? Let's do an experiment here. Look at there. There you go. So now it's showing you the color. So set your color prior to typing, or simply just highlight the field you want, and it'll change the color. So you can either set your color first, or you can type everything out and then go back and adjust. So however it works for you is fine. So that's the first one, is color. The next one is, where do I want this text to appear in this box? So do I want it to be left? Do I want it to be center? Probably for this title, you're going to want it to be centered, but it really depends on what you're editing at that point. Then you're going to want to look at the fonts, and there are lots and lots of different fonts in Adobe Reader. I'm going to actually list a few recommended fonts in the notes to this video for you to look at, because it is a little overwhelming because there's so many fonts. And so I'm going to come down here though to Noteworthy. And look, so now it's going to type it there, but you know what I forgot to do, and this is a good lesson for you, is I didn't highlight the text I was working in. So you know what? Let's just take that out. Let's just go back over here, and you know what? I don't like that title, so I'm going to name it Weekly Schedule. What about that? And I look at it and I think, well, I like it to be a little larger, a little bolder. No problem. You can highlight that and go over here to the actual text size, and you can adjust your text size. So there you go. So now you have a different size. You can say, you know what, I want this bold. I want it underlined. Whatever you want to do, you can do that here. And you may even look at it now and think, I don't know that I really care for that font. So let me choose, I think I had Comic Sans. Oh, well, Chalkduster, that's a good one if you want something to look like a chalkboard. So there you go. There's your weekly schedule. So this just walks you through quickly all the different field properties, and you know, anyone that uses any type of Word products or any type of Google Docs, you're familiar with, you know, how to choose colors and things of that nature. So there's no coding needed. You just simply pull this up with Command E or Control E, depending on what machine you I don't know why I keep saying machine, whichever computer you have. And once you do that, you know, you can just start typing, and you don't have to keep with the colors I have. You don't have to keep with the fonts I have. What I did was I went through and chose a couple of fonts I liked and jotted those down. And so I'll put those in the notes for this video for you to have a few to look at that might be helpful. But you can choose anything. So that's a lot of fun too. And then you're going to go up and you're going to save as. So you're going to save as, and you're going to save this to your computer, wherever you want to save this file to, so that you can use it again. And then you'll have that as well. Now, I have these in a bundle, and so there's several pages. Really, this was not about the weekly scheduler or showing you how to use this or organize your thoughts around this one. This was really just an example of how quickly and easy you really can edit files in Adobe Reader, and it's free, guys. Absolutely free to download. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also upload some videos that are specific to any type of digital products that we have in our store. So that way, if you're looking for, you know, how do I do a specific piece on a specific product, or maybe you're looking for ideas, or maybe you just want to look at how do I do it in that particular document, then we will be uploading some future videos with those as well. But this should get you started. You have Adobe Reader and how to download that video, and now you have this video on how do I actually edit, how do I go about choosing the different properties. And like I said, it's super easy. You may want to, the first time, you may want to save it first before you go. Let's say I'm right here at the beginning. Maybe I save it and then I go look at it. So let's do that real quick. Let's just save as. And I'll just put it in my video folder. And I'm going to save it as edit example. And so you may want to do that first, right? And then you can just go back and open edit example. Let me get that out of the way there. It's still, yeah, so it's still showing you. So it's showing you now, but it still lets you edit in there. So you may want to preview it and look at it and see what you think, and see if it's looking the way you want it to look. You could also probably do, depending on your computer, do a print preview and see. Here I can see what it's going to look like and how it's going to line up. Keep it in mind, when you go to print these documents, making sure, do you want it to fit to the page? How do you want it to look? Do you want to choose the source, see how it went all the way out, where depending on what you choose, see, there could be a line, a little white line around it. So you'll have to look at your settings on your printer. And then you want the document markups, because you want to see, I wrote weekly schedule on here, right? And then you would hit print. And keep in mind too that, when you're looking at printing something, these colors could look a little different when you print it. So you want to make sure that you put, that you use high quality paper. And, if you're about out of ink, then that pink might not look pink, depending on how your computer is set up. So you can always choose to take it to a office supply place like a Staples or an Office Max or somewhere like that. Just, you can save it onto a thumb drive and take it up there and print it on one of their machines, or ask them to print it behind there for, it's pretty cheap, just a couple cents. So, just $1 or so, you could have these printed out. And then you can have, those on a cardstock. I don't know about you. Every time I try to use cardstock, it always seems to get stuck in my printer. But anyway, that's just another option if it prints out and you're not, happy with the quality of how it looks. It's probably the quality of your printer and not the quality of the PDF. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there as well. I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you learned something today and how easy this is to use. And we look forward to serving you again real soon. Take care.